What's going on, everybody? Welcome back, and I'm just gonna get right into it. I ain't gonna waste no time. You know, in this society, and many societies, we want people to be treated equally and treated fairly, right? 'Cause it's just a moral thing to do. We don't want to harm nobody, and we don't want nobody to harm us. But what I'm seeing in recent memory is really disturbing to me. I mean, it's not new, but it's just gotten wild and out of hand, and it's really bothering me to the point where I can't just I gotta say something publicly. I gotta say something. I gotta vent. We have to protect black women. I'm gonna say it again. We have to protect black women. What I mean by we is I mean men, more especially black men. We have to we have to do better. I won't say like we don't protect, but I said we have to do better. You know what recently happened on social media. Well, it was shown on social media. The young lady in Florida that was attacked by a customer, a white customer in McDonald's. You know that bothered me. Well, it bothered me to where it was like the final straw, the straw that broke Kimmel's back. It was just the tip of it just tipped the scales. Too many times we have seen white men, white racist men, feel real comfortable about putting their hands on black women. And if there's somebody in the comment section that want to say, "Oh well, all women, what about other women?" I'm speaking specifically to black women. I make myself very clear. I don't want any woman to be harmed by anyone, male or female. But as a black man, I feel it incumbent upon me to speak specifically for the help of black women. Why? Because I have a mother, I have daughters, I have a wife, I have aunts, I have nieces, I have sisters, right? I have many women in my family, and many women that I've known throughout my life that I feel an obligation to look after. Like it's instinctive in me to feel a certain level of protection for black women. So if anybody got a problem with me talking about protecting black women, I don't care. Make that very clear. I do not care. If you don't like it, change. Click this video off and make your own video about what you like. But just I'm speaking for me. You know, I've met many women who are single mothers and who do their best to take care of their family. And I've met women who are very successful in life, and I've met women who have had some extremely rough circumstances happen to them. And when I listen to their stories, the one thing, one of the themes I hear in a lot of their stories, it's like a thread through all that. The one thing I hear is most of them, not all, most of them have had some story of abuse, whether it be by a white man or just men. It's all men, but it's either by a white man or it's by another black man. And it I don't see how any man can feel comfortable with just hitting a woman. And like I said, especially a black woman. How can any man feel comfortable putting their hands on a black woman, especially when that black woman is surrounded by other black men and oh, nothing happened? See, like if you remember that video that they show now about the young lady in McDonald's, the employee in McDonald's, she had to physically defend herself against against that white customer, and there was literally no one who helped her out and defended her. No one in that entire fast food store stepped in to defend her when she was the one being abused. No one. Not any man in the store, not her coworkers, no one. It was literally one on one. Her against that dude. Now I don't know much about the guy who was abusing her. Most likely he was drunk. Well, I won't say most likely, but he probably was intoxicated. You know, he felt some kind of way and decided to just berate the young woman. And she did what she was supposed to do. She defended herself. And see, here's the problem. She shouldn't even have to defend herself. The moment that customer was being aggressive towards her, the moment he decided to put his hands on her, two things should have happened. One, the more political route, the better route. The manager or one of her supervisors should have stepped in and protected her from that man even feeling comfortable to come across the register to grab her. That's the first thing that should have happened. The manager or her co-workers, the manager and or her co-workers should have got right in front of her and protected her. So she wouldn't have to feel no type of slight towards her. Because it couldn't find she was actually fired for defending herself, which is some BS in and of itself. Two, the second thing I believe should have happened. If he was able to come across and grab her, what should have happened is any man in that McDonald's should have said, you know what? Nah, this ain't gonna happen. That man should have got kicked to sleep. That man should have got cold, clocked to the side of his head, and knocked smooth out. Before he even got his fingers around her, there should have been a man in there that should have knocked him smooth out. Smooth out. See, that's what protection is. Protection really is prevention. The best protection is prevention. The moment that man was even raising his voice towards her, somebody should have stepped in. He shouldn't even had a chance to actually raise his voice to even and got man enough to reach over to grab her. That shouldn't even have happened. What should have happened is the moment he raised his voice, somebody in her vicinity should have stepped in and moved her back to protect her, make sure nothing happened to her, because her safety is also a key. Her safety is key. So the entire time this incident was happening with the young lady at the McDonald's, the one thing that not one soul in that restaurant, that McDonald's thought about was her safety. Like I said, the best safety is prevention. What should have happened was that man shouldn't even had a chance to get close to her. That man shouldn't even had a chance to even raise his voice towards her. That's what I mean by protecting black women. Before a punch is thrown, before a kick is thrown, any person that feels brave enough to try to assault a black woman should be immediately dealt with quickly and harshly. Now, am I promoting violence? Not totally, but I tell you this much: there are times where violence is necessary, and when it comes to the protection of black women, you gotta be. Hey, if it calls for hands to be put on somebody to protect a black woman, yeah, I'm with it, because like I said, I got mothers, I got a mother, I got sisters, I got aunts, I got daughters, all that. I got all that. And what I don't want to see is one of my aunts, one of my sisters, my mother being abused, not while I'm around. That's what I know. What I'm not going to be seeing is I find out that one of the women in my family or one of the women that I know get abused by a man and he just walk away. Nah, champ. You can't put your hands on any black woman that I see and that's it. Trust me. And people probably say, well, I mean, you talking all tough, but you ain't really done nothing. Trust me when I tell you. If you put your hands on a black woman, especially if I see it and I know about it, I will come after you. Trust me. Ask one of my daughters. A quick story. My daughter was in high school. She was in high school. When she was in high school, actually it was two of my daughters. One, my daughter was in high school, and she was coming home from school, and she was on a school bus, and she got into a fight. Right? She got into a fight in a school bus, and when we found out, my wife and my sister-in-law, we found out, we hopped in the car and we went straight to where the bus was. We stopped the bus before it got into the property to drop the kids off. So we immediately stopped the bus. Come to find out, it was some boy, one of her schoolmates, she got in a fight with. You know they ain't gonna fly. So we trying to find out who it was. We trying to find out who it was to put their hands on my daughter so we could deal with this. Cause you know, you ain't gonna just put your hands on my daughter and it's gonna be smooth. So needless to say, it got a little carried away. The police showed up, and you know the situation was settled, or so we thought. And the police left. A few minutes later, the same boy, or one of the boys, I don't even know, I don't even care. One of the boys made a threatening remark towards my daughter. He made a threatening remark towards my daughter. Immediately, I ran after him. Like, I didn't care if he was in high school. I didn't care if he was a black boy. I don't care. The moment you decide to put your hands on a black girl or a black woman in any kind of way, any kind of threatening way, just know you won't feel comfortable doing it again. Second time, my youngest daughter, it was her birthday, right? It was her birthday, and we had a birthday party at our house. She invited her friends from school, you know, boys and girls, right? Her friends from school. Cool. One of the, no, as the birthday party was going, everybody laughing, everybody joking, having fun. The boy decided to play a little slap boxing. Those who don't know what slap boxing is, like, was like when you play fighting, but you don't hit nobody, you just open your hand, like slap boxing, right? I saw before he even got there, I saw the boy hit my daughter on the arm. I didn't care if it was playful or not. I didn't care. I didn't care if they were joking or if it was getting serious. I didn't care. The first thing I said was, "Excuse me, don't put your hands on my daughter again. I don't care if you're playing or not. Don't put your hands on my daughter." The only thing he could say was, "Okay, my bad," and that was it. That's it. I don't care if you play. Nah, because that playful stuff can turn serious real fast, and I ain't having that. I'm not having that. So if anybody watching this video talking about, well, he just talking him, don't do that. That's how I feel. That's how I feel when it comes to black women. Like I said, I don't know about any other man. That's fine. Anybody got a problem with me saying, well, what about? Oh, I'm talking about black women. I'm making it very clear. I'm speaking specifically about the protection of black women. Keep your hands off of black women. If you're not going to give them a hug or a handshake or a high five, keep your hands off of black women. And should no man should feel comfortable putting their hands on a black woman. I come from a family where if one of the men in our family got found out putting their hands on a woman, you catching it. Seriously. I don't care if you get to argument with a woman in the family. Nah, I come from a family where if you next to a black woman and that black woman is getting abused in any kind of way, and you right there next to that black woman and you do nothing, and my family find out, nah, it's gonna be a problem. That's how I go in my family. Keep your hands off of black women. Protect black women. All right? Peace.